Wagwan, wagwan, wagwan. I'm your host, Big Truck. I just want to thank each and every one of you for all the love. I just hit 80,000 subscribers. Let's keep it going to 100,000. Let's keep it cracking. I'm quite sure all y'all paying attention. Now they're coming after Smokey Robinson, our OG, our pioneer in the game, the GOAT. Now they're trying to come after him. Shout out to my man O'Shea Du Jackson for this amazing piece that he did. Conversation and reviews. Grab your shoulder pads and your helmet, and let's get this work.
God damn it, stay tuned, motherfuckers. Peel your motherfucking eyeball. Devastation is about to take place.
Lately, Smokey Robinson has some interesting allegations that are not really great. And it has everything to do how he was treating some of his workers in his Chatsworth mansion. Now, these allegations don't come just against himself, but also his current wife, Frances Gladney. And now Smokey Robinson is being sued by 4 women for $50 million.
We believe that Mr. Robinson is a serial and sick that must be stopped.
Attorney John Harris revealing the accusations against Motown legend.
Hold up, wait a minute.
They said they must be stopped. Like he is this horrible criminal, this horrible person. Okay. They assassinate your character. They paint this picture of you being this awful, bad person. Okay. So they're peppering up the story. Everything is getting peppered up. Let's continue.
Smokey Robinson.
I will not describe the details of the sexual assaults and rape because they're too graphic and disturbing for this news conference.
All 4 of Robinson's alleged victims have chosen to remain unnamed and are referred to as Jane Doe in the complaint.
Our 4 clients have a common thread. They're Hispanic women who were employed as housekeepers by the Robinsons, earning below minimum wage.
The accusations against the music legend include sexual assault, sexual battery, false imprisonment, gender violence, and creating a hostile work environment.
We're seeking damages of $50 million.
The complaint also claiming one of the Jane Does was first sexually assaulted in 2007 and that these acts continued until she resigned in 2024. According to the complaint, Robinson's former housekeeper claims in the lawsuit that she was assaulted not even 2 months after she started cleaning the couple's Los Angeles mansion. Another Jane Doe claims Robinson started sexually assaulting her in 2016, claiming when she was home alone with the singer at his Los Angeles mansion, he would text her and ask her to meet at places in the house that didn't have cameras. The woman alleges he would then sexually assault her.
We do have evidence of some of the misconduct.
And here we go.
If these events took place, look at the year. This is where we have to pay attention. If these events really did take place, why wasn't the police called? Why wasn't a report filed? Think about it. Why would you wait decades later, years later, to say something? Because I'm going to tell you something. The average person, real person, if these types of things happened, they would have reported. They wouldn't have waited unless they're false allegations to assassinate this man's character. Let's continue.
So I'm hearing all of these allegations and these charges, and indeed they're heinous. But the question that I have is, why didn't these ladies contact the police?
Complaint says the former employees didn't speak out or go to police because they were afraid of losing their livelihood, familial reprisal, and the possible adverse effect on their immigration status.
You do housekeeping. Housekeeping and security are 2 jobs, amongst others, that are job security, that you will always have a job. You see? How come you didn't go then to the agency you work for. Once again, we know what's going on. We know what's going on, and why are they only seeking $50 million? What's happening behind the scenes that others don't know about, that you're not sharing? Let's continue.
Having to tell their husband and children of these despicable acts against them left them overwhelmed with shame and embarrassment.
Robinson's wife, Frances, also named in the lawsuit, accused of creating a hostile work environment and being aware of what was alleged and not doing anything to stop it.
These four courageous women want and demand justice for themselves, and the filing of this lawsuit is the first step.
The complaint also accuses the Robinsons of not paying proper wages.
You don't find that suspicious?
And we reached out to Robinson's record label about these allegations. We're still waiting to hear back.
Now, allegedly, all of these women are Hispanic and they were living as immigrants in the country. And as you heard, the reason why they didn't go to the police was because they were concerned about their lifestyle being prohibited.
But I know I can take an 80-year-old down if need be. And if he's calling and texting you to meet him in places that you know don't have cameras, why are you showing up? They're also suing for unfair wages. So if minimum wage was, $8 and you getting paid $5, what livelihood are you afraid of losing? No offense, no offense. And if you are so afraid of your immigration status being affected by this, why now? Is your immigration status more protected?
A little bit of the Michael Irvin situation. Remember in 2023, Michael Irvin was in Arizona and he was staying at a hotel when some lady came up to approach him and he shook her hand and then he went back to his room. That lady then accused Michael Irvin of sexual misconduct.
When you look at what's being done, that's the thing now. We're going ahead and we make up allegations of events that took place that did not take place to get a bag. Any type of allegation like this here, it puts a red flag on your name. True or not, just the fact that this allegation is tied to your name puts a red flag on you. Smokey Robinson, come on now. Game recognized game. Let's continue the feast.
And subsequently, Michael Irvin was kicked out of that hotel and his job was taken from him in the NFL Network.
Irvin and witnesses claim it was a brief interaction in the lobby of the Renaissance Phoenix Downtown Hotel the week of Super Bowl Sunday. They said it was friendly, with a couple handshakes and some laughs between Irvin and a female employee. But then she claimed Irvin made harassing and inappropriate comments. Without getting his side of the story, Irvin was kicked out of the hotel and pulled from covering the event by NFL Network.
King Kong ain't got shit on me!
So the question that I have for Smokey Robinson, what if all of this is an extortionist attempt? The reality is still this.
So the thing is that, so when something like that happens and somebody makes a false accusation, there's no penalties, bro.
That's what pisses me off.
It's no penalty.
That's what pisses me off.
For destroying somebody's life.
Yeah.
Because even if you didn't do it,
right,
just an accusation alone, you can never take that off your record.
Paid agents that when you upset the other side, they come for you. They know who to send and they know how to do it.
Smokey Robinson is 85 years old. And as one of the ladies said, if she was being harassed by an 85-year-old man, clearly she thinks that she would have the advantage. And then also, if you are a lady saying that you are afraid to go to the police because of, the income that you're getting and you didn't want to stop your livelihood, well, if $5 an hour is below minimum wage and $8 an hour is minimum wage that time, then how are you hurting your livelihood? That doesn't make sense, especially for people you believe are millionaires, right? That live in the Chatsworth residence. So what is the evidence that you have? I'm not sure. Now, John Harris, the women's attorney, says they do have some evidence or evidence of misconduct. Now,
John Harris, I'm going to do some research on him. I can look through him and already tell he's shiesty. He a shiesty motherfucker.
all of these four clients have a common thread. They're all Hispanic women. And this is very similar to what we're seeing with Shannon Sharpe abusing white women, right? Allegedly. And so we got to understand that if this is true, Mr. Smokey Robinson will have to stand up to justice and for what he did was wrong. But most of us believe that this is not true.
King Kong ain't got shit on me!
This is an extortion attempt, because where do assaults and rapes and people who do them, where does that belong? It belongs in criminal court, okay? That's where it belongs. So then the question is, why did you call the police, or why didn't you call the police? And the claims are dating back to 2007. It is now 2025. The reality is that you guys didn't want to work, you were broke, and you're trying to get money from a man that's 85, looking to tarnish a man's legacy. This is the same thing that happens to, some other people. You can say Bill Cosby in some respect, but this is what's going on right now.
Could it possibly be like Bill Cosby wanting to own NBC? They told him, hell no. He didn't get it the first time. Right? Well, he tried to come at him again. And they had to set an example. And he had to, do time, Same thing with Smokey Robertson. Smokey Robertson wanted his masters. Let's be clear. Smokey Robertson requested that he have his masters. And that upset the other side. So now we got to shut him up.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Is this a ritual? We know about the assassination of character ritual, of course, et cetera, et cetera.
Tarnish this man's legacy. And it's, like I said, you have a black man that's prosecuting him, Mr. John Harris. And if he is going to prosecute him, I hope he's doing so because this is true. If it is not true, you have basically leveraged some lies on this man's name that he may never overcome. This may taint his image. Now, the one good thing on Smokey Robinson's side is people tend to feel more sympathy for somebody older. And also his wife is there, and his wife is black. That is a good thing, and that should work in his favor.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas.
But it just goes to show you, if this is false, if they would do this to an 85-year-old man, what is to say the allegations can happen against somebody like yourself, somebody who's in their 40s, somebody who's in their 50s, and somebody's in their 60s, okay? 30s. And again, this is happening with non-black women. In the case of Shannon Sharpe, look at that, non-black women.
It doesn't matter. When it comes to a shakedown, when it comes to a humiliation ritual, when it comes to assassinate someone's character, they can use anybody. They can use any woman of color, any woman of body size. They just take what you like and use it against you.
You don't find that suspicious?
In the case of Smokey Robinson, non-black women. So again, you black men out there gotta understand that right now, if you are successful, the worst thing you can do is to let somebody know that you're successful. Right now, I am begging you, please get off the social media, okay? Do not at all talk about how much money you have. Do not show people how much money you have. Do not try to impress people, because what you are doing is basically allowing people to know what you have in the plan, how they can get it.
Black man, every man, period, to move quietly, strategically, using wisdom. And I'm gone one.